Greetings, salutations, and welcome to today's TESL News Desk. So, we actually have quite a few things to cover today. First and foremost, we'll take a look at the Singleton Gauntlet. So, per the website, Singleton cards are banned. Does it say that in here? No. But you can't run Siege of Stros Makai, you cannot run Morokai, and you cannot run Set's Masterwork. So with that in mind, Micro Singleton, you can run as low as 30 card decks for 2 attribute decks, and 45 for 3 attribute decks. And then obviously Singleton, you can only have one of each card in your deck. So what have I thrown together? I put together 2 lists for us. Because they're 30, we've got to scroll past the memes to get here to the bottom. First one will be Single Stabbers. So this kind of takes a look at a Burst Assassin and says, you know what'd be great? More damage, more aggro, with just a sprinkling of health gain. So running Blackhand Messenger, Blood Sacrament, Prophecy Werebat, Queen Baron Zaya, Apex Predator, Blighted Werebat, as ways to trying to get health back, as well as using Prankster Mage as a guard that then gets cover once they ping the guard. Overall, I think the deck will perform relatively well. Prophecies, you're only anticipating getting 1 per game, so maybe you could try to tech up Prophecies in here. I opted to remain a low Prophecy count, but should I run into a lot of aggro, I would see teching out some of the non-Prophecy burst cards into Prophecy cards that will allow us to gain tempo in that. Using that. There we go. We'll call it that. But yeah, there's our deck. As usual, code will be in the description. Do you want auto finish? No, we do not. Second deck. Second deck is our single animals list that we ran last time. We did reasonably well with this. The idea is animals, and more animals. Do note we are running a much higher prophecy count. 1 in 3, roughly, of our cards is a prophecy. So using that as a stabilization and aggro mechanic to try to get back into a game and then close a game out. Just in case we run into someone trying to run some form of control, we're running a Wilds Incarnate. Otherwise, we have Skintown and Covenant Mail to try to guard up early and defend. We also have drain creatures such as Bat, both Bats, Charge Bat and Prophecy Bat, and Werebat, so all 3 Bats. It's a very batty deck. But also running Giant Slaughterfish, because who doesn't love a Giant Slaughterfish? Also, it's premium, so it's like you're looking at an aquarium of a very, very angry fish that really wants to eat your face off. I wonder if that's what birds feel like, looking at cats on the other side of a window. Regardless. Again, deck code in the description. Both are relatively aggro, both rely on green. I believe the drain is going to be enough to help you get over any aggro you find, and then the prophecies helping close the gap beyond that. But I said we have multiple things to discuss. The next thing, and we're going to see... Ooh, I should have tested this before. Oh, we're going to be in trouble. Alright. It's simple. We go Profile. Not there. We click here. Ah, it worked. Monster Perfection Lab. So, this card was announced, and as usual, you'll get your rewards at the end of the season. Let's read the text on it. Well, let's start at the top. 1 cost, Battle Mage cards, Battle Mage colors only. Also working on a Dwemer, so thumbs up there. But at the end of your turn, you may choose a friendly creature wielding 3 or more items. If you do, sacrifice Monster Perfection Lab and choose an item from your deck to equip the creature. What we are seeing is the single biggest buff for Pants decks that has happened since Pants was printed. I do intend to run this with Pants decks, and I do intend to have fun with it. Now, some science that we'll need to do. I am curious to see how this works with A very specific card. I want to see how that works with Altar of Spellmaking. Does it trigger before, in which case you get the support and item, in which case you would have just needed to play a creature action from your hand in order to get this fired off? Or does it fire after Altar of Spellmaking, and Altar could tutor that, and then you have items equipped, and then it fires? I also think it fits in like an expertise type build, where it's just a cheap support that you can use to flood the board, and it gives you draw, especially if you're, say, using it to tutor treasure maps or tomes. Or I guess if you're going Daggerfall, you could use it to pull the Enchanted Plate. Ooh, let's, oh, I just had a thought. Let's go back and reread that card. We get to pick the item, right? So we could Galen in an item, and then pick that Galened item. That could be powerful. Galen in some pants and then pull the biggest pants that ever have existed. I'd be on board with that. You will see that the current season ends in one day. That is to say, tomorrow the season is over. Sunday is when we do our TESL stream, and I'm back from the vacation I'm on. So, I look forward to experimenting with this card on stream. And there's a possibility we might try it in our singleton list. Not likely, but as usual, we do 3 runs, and the 3rd run's up to you guys. So I hope to see you there on our Facebook gaming channel. Last thing, I've switched this to, rather than like the Gauntlet title we had before, to TESL News Desk, because we're also going to be discussing the various other things that are going on in TESL. Pull up my list here. There are 2 tournaments that should be coming up either here in this week or in the coming week. The first one is one that's actually published. It's the Atlantic Conquest, link in the description. It is a Russian language tournament. That's all I know because I don't speak Russian and I'm personally not industrious enough to translate it, but I know it's a TESL tournament and I know it's in Russian. Check out the link if that interests you. Second, the Jele Island Cup traditionally runs within the first 7 days of a month. I checked the Jele Island Cup page, or Jele Island page, and the new tournament wasn't up yet, so what I've done is I've linked the tournament page below, so you can drop the tournament page a follow and you'll get a notification when the tournament opens. Alternatively, if it's open by next Saturday, I'll give you a direct link to that tournament. Jele always does a wonderful job with those, and check her tournaments out. Check her out on Twitch if you haven't. But yeah, otherwise, it's been a long one. That's all we've got for today. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Have a great night.